Hi and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'll be showing you how to make these lacy granny squares that I use to make this beautiful summer dress. So stay tuned and let's get started. Here's an example of the square that we'll be making today. It measures to be around 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches. And you will achieve this size if you're using a lightweight yarn, similar to this one I have here, and a 3mm hook. Should bring you to have a square of the same size as mine. So let's get started with row 1. To start this pattern, make a magic ring. If you don't like making a magic ring or a magic circle, you can always chain 5 and then slip stitch into the first chain you've made to make a circle. For this pattern, I've chosen to make a traditional magic circle. And once that's done, you're going to make 8 single crochet inside that circle. Once you've completed your 8 single crochets, pull your ring nice and tight and make a slip stitch into the first single crochet that you made. And that's the end of row 1, where you should have 8 single crochets. To start with round 2, you're going to chain 3, and this counts as your first double crochet. And into the same space as our chain 3, we're going to put another double crochet. So now we have 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So into the next stitch, oops, hold on a second, make sure you go under both loops. So into this next stitch, I'm going to place another 2 double crochets. And you're going to continue this all the way around until the end of the row. That's placing 2 double crochets in each stitch. Just completing my final 2 double crochets into that last stitch to end round 2. And then I'm going to place a slip stitch into the top of our starting chain 3. At the end of this row, you should have 16 double crochets. Now let's get started with round 3. To start this round, we're going to chain 4. This chain 4 counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. So into the next stitch, place 1 double crochet. Then chain 1 and place a double crochet into the next stitch. And continue to do this all the way around. So chain 1 and double crochet into the next stitch. And we'll start to create this pattern here. I'll meet you just before the end of the row. Now I'm making my final double crochet of the round, remembering to chain one, and then I'm going to make a slip stitch into that chain one space at the beginning of the round. So at the end of this round, you should have 16 double crochets and 16 chain one spaces. For round 4, I'm going to be introducing you to some new stitches. Before we start, chain 3, and then I'm going to slow it down here to show you our first special stitch. Yarn over and insert your hook into the space. Pull up a loop and pull through 2 loops. Now we're going to yarn over again and insert our hook back into that same space. Pull up a loop. We now have 4 loops on our hook. We're going to pull through 2 of those and then pull through the remaining 3. And we've created 2 double crochet together. Chain 3 and into the next chain 1 space, I'm going to show you how to do 3 double crochet together. Yarn over, insert your hook into the chain 1 space and pull up a loop and pull through 2. And again, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop and pull through 2. And you will have 3 loops on your hook. And once more, yarn over, insert your hook into the same space, pull up a loop and pull through 2. You will have 4 loops on your hook and you're going to pull through all 3 of those loops. And that is your 3 double crochet together completed. And now you're going to chain 3 and repeat the pattern. 3 double crochet together in the chain 1 space and chain 3. Repeat this in every chain 1 space around and I'll meet you at the end of the round. Now I'm just completing my final 3 double crochet together in this last chain 1 space, and making sure I chain 3, and I'm going to slip stitch in the top of the 2 double crochet together we did at the beginning of the round. And at the end of this round you should have 16 double crochet clusters. Round 5 is quite simple. We're going to start with a chain 3 and into the next stitch make a single crochet. That's on top of the double crochet cluster. Then we're going to chain 5 and single crochet into the top of the double crochet cluster. And you're going to repeat this pattern around. So that's chain 3, single crochet into the top of that cluster, chain 5, and single crochet into the top of the double crochet cluster. Continue to repeat this all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. So at the end of the round, you should be finishing with a chain 5. And then you're going to slip stitch into the base of your starting chain 3. So if you have a look right here, we're going to go into this gap right here with a slip stitch. And that's the end of round 5. To get started with round 6, we're going to chain 1 and place a single crochet into that chain 3 space, and into the chain 5 space you're going to make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 5, and place another 3 double crochets into that same space. And after this we're going to start the pattern repeat. So this is our first corner that we've made, and now the repeat pattern starts here with a single crochet in the chain 3 space, 7 double crochets into the next chain 5 space, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then a single crochet into the chain 3 space, and then we're going to make another corner. So that's 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 5, and then place another 3 double crochet to complete that corner. And you're going to repeat that repeat part 2 more times. So I'll place that on screen for you, and I'll meet you at the end when we should have a chain 5 space remaining. Now I'm at the end of the round, making my single crochet into the chain 3 space, and into this last chain 5 space we're only putting 6 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And to close this round we're going to put a slip stitch into this very first double crochet we made here. And that's the end of round 6. We're going to fasten off here and we'll get started with round 7. So to get started with round 7, I'm going to make a slip knot and attach my yarn into that second to last stitch from the last double crochets we made. So if you have a look at where I fastened off, I'm going to go 2 stitches behind that and fasten my yarn with a slip stitch. And now I'm going to chain 5 and then working into the corner we're going to repeat the same pattern we did for the corners in round 6. So that's 3 double crochets into that chain 5 space, chain 5, and then 3 more double crochets into that same space. And we're going to chain 5 again. And place a single crochet into the 3rd double crochet right there. Then we're going to chain 3, skip 1 and single crochet into the next stitch. And now I'm going to put the pattern repeat on screen and I'll meet you at the end. Now I'm at the end of the round, making my single crochet, chaining 3, and then closing the round with a slip stitch into that very first stitch. And as you can see, round 7 has started to square up our work. So let's get started with round 8. Okay, so let's get started with round 8. So for this round, we'll start off with a chain 3. This counts as a double crochet. I've actually made a mistake here. So we're going to turn our work and I'm going to tuck my tails in as I go here. So into this first chain 3, we should be doing 2 double crochets. I accidentally did 3, so make sure you're doing 2 double crochets for a total of 3. You can refer to the image at the beginning of this round. And into the next chain 5 space, I'm going to put 5 double crochets. And on top of the next 3 double crochets, place a double crochet on top of each one. So going into the first with 1 double crochet, into the second, and then into the third. And then into that chain 5 space, make 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3, and this time we're chaining 3 for our corners, and then place another 3 double crochet into that same space. And repeating what we did on the other side, place 1 double crochet into the top of each of the next 3 stitches. And then into the chain 5 space, place 5 double crochets. And then you're going to repeat this pattern from the 3 double crochets in the chain 3 space twice. Okay, so I'll put that on screen for you and you'll repeat that twice, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. So I'm just coming to the end of round 8, completing that final corner with 3 double crochets in the next 3 stitches. And then into this final chain 5 space, place 5 double crochets. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one, 5. And once you're finished, you're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. For me, I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet, seeing as I made 1 too many. And that's the end of round 8. So it's time for our final round, round 9. We're going to turn our work so it's right side up. And then to start with this round, we're going to make a single crochet into the very first stitch. So just right here, place a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 5. And skip 3 stitches, and into the 4th make a single crochet. And we'll do this one more time. So chain 5, skip 3, and single crochet into the 4th stitch. Now we're going to chain 3, skip 2 stitches, and into the chain 3 space make a single crochet and a double crochet, chain 3, and then a double crochet, and a single crochet, and then chain 3, skip 2 and single crochet into the 3rd chain. And from here we'll chain 5, skip through and single crochet into the 4th, chain 5, skip through, single crochet into the 4th, and do that 3 more times. So now we're back at another corner. We're going to chain 3, skip 2 and place a single crochet into that chain 3 and a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet into that chain space and single crochet into that chain space, chain 3, skip 2 and single crochet into the 3rd. So we're going to repeat that 2 more times. I'll put the pattern on screen and I'll meet you at the end. Now I'm just completing the final corner, and then what we're going to do is our usual chain 3, skip 2 and single crochet into the next, chain 5, skip 3 and single crochet into the next, chain 5 again, skip 3 and single crochet into the next, and at the end here we're going to chain 5 and slip stitch into the bottom of our first chain 5. So just right here. There we go. So we can fasten off now. And that is your lacy granny square. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one.